Hello there, Appleman6809. There are missions. Actually, I'm gonna do missions. There are actually some missions in the main story mode, but there also is the Explorer mode that the sandbox. I think it's just called Sandbox, is it? Yeah, it's called Sandbox, and you explore the battle instead. But I guess I can. I'll do level select. So these are all the missions. So I guess we could do a few. Hang on. All my chats are delayed, so I can type on the challenges for like 20 seconds. Yeah, that'll happen.
Sounds about right. Good. Excited? Yeah, I've seen all the footage, but I mean, it's different to be so close to her. Ever done anything like this before?
Hang on, I'm being asked about the casting.
On vacation a couple of years back.
Hell of a resume.
Alright, I've reached the seabed. Can't see
I'm
much.
being DM'd about the whole
Still a couple of hundred
casting
meters
thing,
out,
so I might
and
get
back
quiet
to
for a
manual
bit.
control.
Like a little minute.
Shall we run an equipment test?
Hang on. I'm being asked if somebody can DM me about it, so... Yeah. Somebody's like... Yes, somebody's,
That's alright. I'm good.
asking about it.
Okay, you'd better place a marker before we head too far. Interact with the
I don't
button
know if
next
they're
to the map to
gonna,
place one.
So Jack let me actually post... So Jack did say I could post it to the server, so I did. And somebody there's asking to DM me about it, so...
Interact with the button in front of the map to place a marker.
Oh, who replied? It's on the it's on his Discord, so it's a guy called TB02. They might DM me about it, and they could email. Yeah. I'm gonna change that to that.
Marker's been placed.
You can head towards the bow. So, I had a call from our main sponsor.
Problem?
No, all fine. Just voicing her excitement about us finally diving. Said she's looking forward to seeing what we can do. I've set up a call for 8 p.m. this evening.
For $45,000 a day, let's just hope we find something.
Never mind the money. My doctorate is riding on this.
I wish I could do this in real life. Like, I just get in the... Like, go on the Calfish, get the mist, that could be them. Hang on, I'll just have a look in a sec. I'll try and get to us. I'll try and get us to the bow first before I look at the
Right.
DM.
I should get my lights ready now that I'm getting close to the bow.
The far left lever controls your sub's lights. To turn the spotlights on and off, interact with the button in front of the lever.
He'll be there any second. She should come into view any second.
Whoa.
There's something
There
you don't
she
see
is.
every day.
She's a beauty.
Okay, first things first. We've got a contract with the Titanic Society to place their commemorative plaque on the forecastle deck.
Okay,
Get
I'm just
yourself into
gonna
position.
Alright.
Okay, one of them. Oh yeah, they have to get me by the looks of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk with them. I'd like to get some info on your series. It would be amazing looking at the wreck, especially since how much like it's changed. Like now, like this, when this game came out like a few years ago, I think this is like I'm pretty sure this is based on how it was found, of how it looked when it was found. So like some things like the crow's nest is still there. What other bits gone since then? Like a lot of stuff's gone. Everything planned. Yeah. Some parts. Yeah, a lot of them are Twitter notifications. Okay. What do we need to do? Reach the forecastle. Yeah, like what I was saying earlier, seeing the Titanic in real life would be a dream for me, because then I get to go down. If they ask, like, if some guy asked me to take over, I'd be like, no thanks, I'm gonna end up destroying everything. No, Twitter is...
Ah, the ROV.
Ah!
Yep, courtesy of Flight Avionics and the latest in augmented reality technology. If you look up,
Twitter isn't that
you'll find a
bad.
set of
It's just
VR
full of
goggles and a control panel.
controversial
To
opinions.
deploy the ROV, reach
Ah.
out and touch the VR goggles with your motion controller. Then press the T button to use.
Yeah, I know how to use the
The controls
ROV.
to maneuver the Predator are the same as the submersible. Make your way over to the plaques already laying on the deck, and remember
Big word.
that the range is only up to 15 meters.
Now this is
The
actually
advantage
based.
of driving without an umbilical.
Could you just stop speaking
any
for
way
like
to
2
boost the
minutes,
signal?
woman? Thank
Yeah, but we need to upgrade the deep-sea transmitter, and they don't come cheap. The generosity of our sponsors and UNS funding only goes so far. If we complete these contract jobs, we might just be able to afford some upgrades.
What happens if I go out of range?
The automatic recall kicks in. ROV comes straight back to the sub.
I'm here.
As a
Great. The plaque we're placing is in the Predator's inventory. You can access it through the menu.
Ah, how do I open the menu?
You can open the menu by pressing and releasing the info button. While in the menu, you can check your map and mission log, and access the inventory. To interact with items in the inventory, use the laser pointer to highlight the item and press the T button to select.
Okay, I'll place the plaque down on top of the flashing beacon.
Okay, so, as I was saying before, that woman kept interrupting me. If I turn back around... This is actually based on a real on the real subs. Like, I've seen that these subs have been used in, like, the actual movie, and... Hang on. I have to go now, but it's like, I might get one for myself. I mean, like, when you... Yeah, see you tomorrow. Dang it, I was trying to talk to her. Still one person here. So, I'm trying with the MQ, see if I can get him to try and see like I'm doing it. So they're based off real subs that were used in so many things, like Ghosts of the Abyss, oop, wrong button. Then the actual movie. It was used in the actual movie.
I'll take a photograph with the onboard camera for the Society.
Great idea. They'll appreciate that. You can access the camera through the ROV inventory. Open up the menu again and select the camera icon from the inventory screen.
Dang it, connecting. Just let me know when you got your Okay, what was I doing? Taking a photo.
Press one of the T buttons to take a photograph.
Yeah,
You can get
I'll
out of camera mode by pressing... No need. Just press the move button on your right controller.
Sheesh, remember this woman stop screaming?
ROV by pressing the button next to the ROV
That jellyfish just hit my ROV.
on the right.
Where to now?
Hull breach on E deck. I'll mark it on your map.
We're heading for his cabin, right?
That's right. Eyewitness testimony said Henderson kept a journal. It should tell us more about his activities on the final night.
I presume I'm looking for some kind of trunk.
Henderson had a briefcase listed on the manifest. With any luck, it's still in his room. Dr. Lynch,
Yeah?
why are we doing this?
$45,000 a day at sea.
No, I know, but that just about covers the costs of the expedition. I meant, like, why are we taking this job in particular?
Well, put it this way. Why do you think she hired us?
Because we're academics?
Yes, but more specifically, we respect the history. It would have been cheaper for our sponsor to just hire a salvage team.
And why do you agree to take it?
Funding like this comes once in a blue moon, and I wanted to see her up close.
This breach is from the impact with the ocean floor. Anything in here is going to be messy.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
It's towards the top of the breach. Look for the flashing beacon. I really hope his briefcase is there.
Nice bit of rustical.
Ah, I found a briefcase. I just need to pick it up by holding down one of the T buttons to interact.
Sheesh.
WJH. I think this is it.
Well, that's lucky. Are you going to open it?
No, not here. Assuming there's anything intact in there, it'll start degrading as soon as I open the case. I'll have to bring it back to the lab before we can take a peek.
Okay, you should put the briefcase in the Predator's storage then. Just open and close the menu again by pressing and releasing the info button. The briefcase will appear in the ROV's inventory as a selectable item, and you'll have your hands free again.
Right. If this is the last task for today, I'll head back to the lab now.
Yep, just return to the submersible and you can head up from there. I can't wait to see what's inside. Let's get you to the surface. Activate the autopilot and get comfortable.
I'll wait for Q.
Alright, I'll see you in about 2 hours.
Oh yeah, it takes like 2.5. It takes like 2 hours to get from. Okay, it tastes like. No, it takes like 2 hours to get from. Like, the surface to the bottom. My mum downstairs with Graham. Yeah, it's like you're all ship, like it's all the way up here. Then you get launched. You go all the way down. Reach the bottom. Yay, Titanic! Yay! You go back all the way up.
Whoa,
like-
looks to be in good condition.
Let's get this cleaned up.
You're most likely going to be down there for quite a long time.
A bone hair comb. I'll need to wash the salt out quickly before it crystallizes and the bone starts to crumble.
I love like messing around with this. Messing around with the stuff that's in
It's ready for drying in the acetone bath.
Where's the acetone? Is that my phone going off? TikTok. Is this comb done? If it's the comb done, I'll stick it here.
Silver doesn't look great after being in the ocean. This tobacco tin is covered in silver sulfide. I'll have to gently wash this using a soft brush, making sure I don't scratch the surface underneath.
Wash. Was that another TikTok notification?
It's come up great.
Can't miss one tiny little bit with these artifacts. They're precious, so they must be held with care.
This journal is pretty special. The pages seem to be a fabric-paper blend. I think the desalination bath will leach out the salt. Then it can go into the PEG station before freeze-drying.
The PNG station? That sounds like a station I'm in all the time. You can stay there when
These banknotes are delicate, and will need a good rinsing in the desalination bath. Then we can treat them in the fungicide to keep them clean, before freeze-drying them. This leather case is looking pretty sturdy, but it will need a good soaking in the desal tub to remove the salt. Then I can give it a
Everything
gentle
needs to go
scrub
in the
with the nylon brush.
desalination thing. Fungicide. Which one's that? Oh, peg. Oh, we need to wash the suitcase. It's crazy for me to think that, like, these are like actual like artifacts that, like, this could be based on artifacts that people have actually found from the Titanic. I'm not saying that they are, but I'm sorry, journal. Imagine if like that actually happened, like real artifacts that they would shatter. And they both need to be freeze dried. Close it up. Money turned out pretty good. Is this actually what money was like back in 1912? I don't know. I'm not that good of a historian. Now let's open this thing up. Something fell out.
Looks like a receipt for a telegraph sent on the night of April 14th.
That's strange. I haven't found any reference. Here's our sponsor. We can tell her the news.
Hi, team. How are you both?
Hi, Gillian. We're doing great.
We've just finished cleaning the artifacts we found today. We managed to access Henderson's cabin and retrieve his briefcase.
Wonderful.
Inside we found his journal, a few personal items still in good condition. One interesting item is a receipt for a telegraph sent on the night of the sinking.
Oh, that is interesting. I didn't know William sent a message.
That's what we thought.
It's possible it wasn't sent, and that it's still in either the purser's office or the Marconi room. We're thinking our next dive should be to explore these rooms.
I know teams have searched the Marconi room before, but I didn't think the purser's office was accessible.
Yeah, up till now it's been off limits due to the size of ROVs, but ours is small enough to access it. We're hoping we might find the purser's record book, with the message listed.
As for the Marconi room, other dives have shown most of the furniture is deteriorated, but the telegraph canisters might have survived.
Sounds plausible. Let me know if you find anything. I'd love to see the message he sent. I've only the letters from Southampton.
I noticed something odd in his journal. On the 14th he mentions carrying some special package, but I'm sure he didn't have anything reported in the manifest. Do you have any idea what it could be?
Well, in his last letter, he wrote about returning home with a present for my great-grandmother. I'll do a bit of research on my end. I can check over the manifest again to see if we missed anything.
Great, we'll let you know if we find anything tomorrow. I'm sending over photos of the items we found today.
Thanks, I really appreciate the regular updates. It's making writing much easier. We'll talk again soon.
Well, shall we call it a day?
Not quite. Gillian was kind enough to order in a stronger transmitter for our ROV. We'll need to fit it before the dive tomorrow. Otherwise, we won't be able to reach the purser's office.
I'll get on it now then.
It's waiting for you over there.
Thanks. Now it's clean. It needs to be soaked in PEG and fungicide to soften the leather and stop it from cracking.
I wonder if like this was actually like a real briefcase that they've actually found in the past.
Alright, it's ready for freeze drying.
I'd love to recover any artifacts. I'd love to recover some artifacts. That should do it. That should do it. Oops. Okay.
I need to replace the transmitter in the ROV with the one on the table next to it. The instructions for replacement are on the posters behind the ROV rack, and I can access the lower sections of the ROV by lifting the rack bar up. She's all ready to go for tomorrow.
Cool. I'll see you in the morning then.
Coming in nice and clear, Dr. Lynch.
Great. First up is the purser's office on C deck, correct?
Correct. To access it, you'll need to head down through the hole where the forward grand staircase was. I'll mark it on your map.
The C deck is pretty compressed from what I've heard.
Yeah, the impact with the sea floor bent most of the supporting pillars, so they're struggling with the weight of the floors above.
With the rate of decay increasing, it won't be long before it all collapses. I'm glad we've had a chance to come down here and see it for ourselves before all this becomes inaccessible.
I think it has become inaccessible, but like now. It's sad to think that.
And she was sinking fast then, and all of a sudden she lifted up quickly, and you could hear everything cracking through her. Everything that was movable was going through her. And then she went down and seemed to come up again. So I thought, well, now I'm going to leave. And I was hanging on to a board. We had two boards, starboard and port, which said, keep clear of propeller blades. And I was hanging on to one of these, and I was getting higher and higher in the air. And I thought, well, now I'll go. And I dropped in. I had a lifeboat on. And I hit the water with a terrific crack. Luckily, I didn't hit anything when I dropped in. There were bodies all over the place. And then I looked up at the Titanic. The propellers were right out of water. The rudder was right out. I could see the bottom. And then gradually she glided away. And that was that. That was the last of the Titanic. I didn't want to die. I mean, I didn't see much chance of living. But I was gradually getting frozen up. And by the grace of God, I came across a lifeboat. And they pulled me in.
Now, from like what Robert Ballard, the guy who found the Titanic, is like reported, like this is kind of like what he would have saw, what he would have seen when he first found the Titanic. I like to sometimes put myself in those shoes and think, what would have I have said if I had found the Titanic? I probably would have said, oh my god, I found the Titanic. And I would have said,
You'll need to be careful of debris when descending with the Predator. It might make it easier if you position yourself so the lights shine down the void.
Good idea.
then I probably would have said, mark this on our map. Mark it on the map. Making sure that I could go back down. Or at least contact... No. Yeah. And I would say, do we have any ROVs?
Deploying Predator.
Or any
Starting to descend.
ROVs? Any subs? Do I need to... I'm gonna... move the sub a bit forward. We're gonna hit the ROV. I wonder if anybody has actually tried putting a submersible down the ground staircase. I mean, it probably shattered the whole lemon thing apart, but it would kind of be worth it. Whereabouts would have ADEC been? I guess around about here would have been the dome. There would have been the clock. Sad to see all this. Ah!
Here we are.
Great. The purser's office and inquiry desk are on the starboard side. You'll need to go over the desk to get into the side room.
Where did you say it was? Starboard side. Be this way. Right? Am I right? Am I wrong? That's a corridor. I think I'm wrong. Maybe it's not even this far. Okay. Am I wrong side? Credit to the developers, they got the amount of lighting that would be down here perfect. Not that much light, very dark, and you have a flashlight.
Right, I'm here.
The office is to the left as you enter. Be careful. This area hasn't been explored before. We don't know what we'll find in here.
To think the last person in this room would have been Chief Purser McElroy.
The record book would have been kept in a leather pouch.
But it kind of does make it seem like a little bit of a horror game. Is this a porthole?
I don't see it here.
Maybe try the safe back out in the inquiry office.
Maybe, if they were able to, get the safe out of here.
The doors are rusted shut. We can't check inside.
Is the pouch among the debris?
No, I can't see the leather pouch anywhere. We might be out of luck.
That's a shame.
We'll have to hope the Marconi room gives us some answers.
I was thinking...
While we're here, we should collect a sample of the rust on the safe doors. MCPA regularly check for new species of bacteria living in rusticles, and I'm sure they'll want a sample of this.
I was thinking, right, they could do it like the movie, somehow get this safe out from here, up to where the hole is, then try and, have it, that'd be... light enough, it'd probably be too heavy. Like, get something to grab onto it, and like pull it up, do it like the movie, pull it all the way up, then get like the saw around, pull it open and see what's inside.
I'll take a photograph of the scene too. They'll need to see the rustical formations as well.
Hello there. Camera.
Done. We'd better move on to the Marconi room.
I'll mark it on your map. You'll need to head back to the sub to get there. The Marconi room isn't too far from here, just between the first funnel and your current position.
How do I get in?
Either through the skylight or the corridors. Up to you which you feel is safer.
Right, I don't want to damage the wreck. Or the ROV.
I'm gonna wait for the ROV to come up. I might want to go to the abyss after this. Because this is reminding me of that dive. Come on, ROV! Actually, I want to do the ROV rescue mission. I want to do that one. Thinking about the go to the abyss, because James Cameron, when filming it, he actually Turkish baths, I think. Because when James Cameron was actually filming Goes to the Abyss, his ROV actually ran out of power and was stuck in the wreck, but he did manage to get it out with the other one, though. Did that guy GM me? Does that guy GM me again? Time fracture first. No. I guess he did like leave me off on it.
Radio check.
Crystal clear, Dr. Lynch.
Okay, making my way to the D-deck reception area now. I can access this through the forward grand staircase, right?
Yeah, marking it on your map now. You'll need to park off to the side of the staircase this time, leaving the opening clear.
I'm just gonna use the buttons. It's a bit faster and easier.
On that night of April the 14th, we all, that is, the captain and officers, knew perfectly well that we were just about entering the region where ice might be sighted at that particular time of the year, and had taken all necessary precautions. We were steaming that night at a good 22 knots. At 10 o'clock, I was relieved as officer of the watch by Murdoch, W.M. Murdoch. Of course, he knew nothing of the death trap lying ahead of us any more than I did. And so, 5 bells, 6 bells, and 7 bells went by. But barely 10 minutes had passed after the sound of the last bell when there were 3 sharp clangs on the crow's nest bell, followed by a cry from the lookout cage, "Ice right ahead, sir." Murdoch evidently saw the massive ice practically at the same time as the lookout men, and shouted, "Hard a starboard, full speed astern." Her bow swung a bit, but not enough, and she struck. She took the blow along her starboard side, masses of ice actually falling on the foredeck.
Sad hearing those interviews. Very sad. I think the cracked in crane's on the other side. That's also very sad, the cracked in crane. That's one that Murdoch did. It was for, I think, collapsible boat A or B.
What's with the patches of damage on the deck? I thought it would all deteriorate at the same rate.
Those sections are deteriorating faster because of visitors to the site. Some people land their subs on deck, making it deteriorate faster.
Isn't conservation of this site meant to be important?
It is. It just took a while for people to
I'm at the
realize what was
staircase,
causing the
descending to
damage.
D-deck
No
now.
one lands on the wreck now.
Oh wait, aren't the subs supposed to be neutrally buoyant?
They are, but the scratching of the surface is what causes fast deterioration, not the weight. It's better to just not touch anything.
But yeah, but like what I was saying was that, like, it's sad, like, hearing those, like, interviews, because like they, because like when they talk about it, kind of makes you think, like, is there anything they could have done?
Right, I'm at D-deck.
Great. The area in front of you is the reception area. Head forward and you'll find a grand piano on the port side.
Is that what I'm photographing?
Yeah, an American historian is writing about the Titanic's musicians and wants a clear photograph of the piano.
It's so sad though, hearing old interviews, seeing old clips. Like I saw some the other day of the unpainted Titanic and Captain Smith inspecting the decks and like inspecting the bridge.
I can't believe this survived.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Like something out of a film.
I think this is the first room Henderson would have seen when he boarded.
Did you want to take a minute to look around?
Yeah, can I?
Of course. The next task is the recovery in the Turkish baths. So head down the grand staircase when you're finished here.
No, seeing these old things, you just think like if I was there, I could stop the iceberg collision and all that. If only Smith had slowed down.
Alright, I'm ready. Turkish baths are at the bottom of the staircase, right?
Yep, straight down and off to starboard.
If only Smith had slowed down. Is this a watertight door?
I'm in the baths now. I can see the ROV here pinned under a pipe.
Great. You'll need to get into position and attach the flotation bag to the pipe. The flotation bag is in the Predator's storage compartment.
Done.
Okay. Last step is to activate the tank, and it should fill the bag. You can activate it from the inventory.
I haven't seen.
Hey, it's working. The pipe is lifting.
Great. When the pipe's completely lifted, you can attach your hook and drag the ROV out of here.
Right. Ah, I think the motor failed. My arm's not responding.
Is everything else okay? Is the line attached?
Yeah, everything else is operational, and the line's still connected.
Okay, we'll fix the arm when you're back on the surface, but for now, you'll have to be extra cautious. You need to drag the ROV back out to the grand staircase. The extra weight is going to make your controls tricky.
Oh, you're not wrong there. Predator's really struggling. I'll need to use my other arm until we get this damaged one replaced. This is going to be difficult.
Just take it nice and slow.
Am I towing this thing all the way back to the sub?
No, we've an easier way to get out of the wreck. Let me know when you're at the staircase.
I'm pretty sure though, the ROV that James Cameron lost was actually a We didn't actually lose it. The one that stopped responding. Power ran out. Oh, the remains of the stairs. I just want to cry. I'm not gonna lie, I just really want to cry. But I'm not going to. If I did go to the actual Titanic, then I would cry. Because I'm a baby. I'm a little baby.
I'm at the staircase again.
The next step is to attach a tracker to the ROV. There is one in your compartment.
Okay.
I think I might actually cry. I might actually do it.
Now what?
Now remove the hook
There
and let
she
it float
goes.
straight up to
Should
the
I
surface.
follow it up?
No, we aren't finished down here yet.
What's left to do?
We need to collect the gear we left in the Turkish baths.
The flotation gear?
Yeah, it's too expensive to leave down here. You need to deflate the balloon and remove it from the pipe.
Good luck, good luck at ROV. Good luck. It's so sad. So sad coming down here and looking at all this. I don't know about you guys, but I get really sad when I see pictures of the wreck. Especially when, like, I see how much it's deteriorated since like previous dives, since like 2010, since like 1985. Because like in 1985 it was in immaculate condition.
All done. I'm heading back up.
Great, see you soon. I'll get the lab ready to repair Predator.
It was in such good condition. In 1985 it was in such good condition. I mean, granted that the stern wasn't, but like, granted the stern looked like an aeroplane crash. Granted the stern looked like a bomb had hit it, but still, it makes me sad. I cry, like, when I come to the reality that I might not even be able to see the wreck before it all goes, before things become inaccessible. This is the closest I'm going to get to seeing the wreck. It's like the closest anybody who can't really, like, see the wreck will get to see it. It's really sad. I find it so sad. I find it really sad. Well, I might end it off here on a sad note.
Looks like the motor went.
Yeah. Hey, Gillian.
How are you doing?
As well as can be expected, I guess.
How did you go with the dive teams? Did you find anything?
Not really. I contacted them and looked over the areas of the debris field that they've mapped using cameras. The images are highly detailed, but I couldn't see anything interesting there. They've suggested we consider mapping out an unexplored area.
Well, we could take on that contract for you if you want. Our submersible is capable. It's already fitted with sonar and cameras.
And we haven't found anything else related to Henderson inside the ship. I think we should start looking outside the bow.
Yes, I agree. We may get lucky and find William.
And even if we don't, we'll still be contributing to research of the ship and her passengers.
Do you have the coordinates for the area they want us to check?
Yes, I'll send them through. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm going to the Titanic convention in Southampton tomorrow.
Oh, great. Getting some research done.
Hopefully. It's a good opportunity to meet some of the other relatives of passengers and hear their stories. There's also a demo for a Titanic computer game being shown. Apparently, it's been in development for almost 10 years, but the developers are saying it'll be released soon.
It better be. I backed it on Funster years ago.
Let us know how it goes. I'd love to hear some stories about Henderson.
I suppose we should prepare for the next dive then.
We've got a lot to do before we head out. Thanks for the update, Jillian.
Not a problem. Let me know how you get on tomorrow.
Will do. Talk later. I suppose I better fix that arm.
Shouldn't take you too long. There's a replacement one on the table.
All done. See you tomorrow.
See you then.
Yeah, I'm going off here.